Welcome back to the channel. Today I have my Chibson Les Paul. I've had this for a little over a week now, and I'm going to give you an honest review of what I think about it and what you're getting out of the box, kind of give you kind of a head-to-toe kind of, review of what it is and what I might do to it to change it, and we'll kind of go from there. And also we will plug it in and just do a few chords, strum some chords, and get some tones out of this just so you can see what it sounds like plugged in. I am not going to play anything crazy. I'm just going to do the basics. I'm not here to be some superior musician when in reality this is a hobby for me. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Okay, so I received this guitar from TEMU. I paid $183, I think it was, or something like that. And after taxes, it was like $195 shipped to my door. So I think the value is pretty darn good, considering I've spent more on gas the past couple weeks. Yeah, so it is, it's supposed to be that iced tea look. So this is exactly what I wanted. The color is perfect, and it's funny because it looks exactly like my my Les Paul, my Gibson Les Paul traditional, which is a honeyburst technically, but this is pretty close. My Gibson has a little bit more like a hue of red, where this kind of does. It does pick up a little bit on camera, but in real life it is a little bit more on the brownish side. But certain lighting does certain things. Now you're getting a veneer, what I believe is a veneer for the maple cap. It is probably a very thin sheet of veneer, but it works. It kind of moves and changes in the actual lighting, different lighting. So you're seeing that flame. So you are getting a flame on here, which is pretty cool for that price point. The binding is really nice. The back, I believe, is also a veneer because this is like a 5-piece body, which is kind of crazy, but it looks like it's very well done. The finish is good. My only problem with this is I have found a couple spots where they're blemish, where, like, I don't know, the lacquer or whatever they're using, the polyurethane, I should say, kind of dried up in a spot and they might have gone over it. So there's one spot kind of here. I can't even see it, honestly, anymore. So it can't be that big of a deal, right? I can't even see it anymore. And then I've noticed kind of imperfections in different little areas, but it's so minor. Like, you have to like nitpick. And then my biggest complaint was kind of the way that they buffed it. You can see kind of like streaking in it where they kind of buffed it. So this could use like a nice polish, and maybe that'll work. Maybe it won't. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, and then the pick guard has its little custom logo on it. It's not a decal, unfortunately, so it's there to stay unless you want to sand it off or just, remove the pick guard and swap it out, or just take it off in general. Some people don't like the pick guard there, and that's totally fine. These little knobs here, your tone and your volume knobs, are kind of chintzy. They're very cheap. Probably the cheapest I've seen in a long time. More so because, like, the finish on them is kind of weird. So it's like there's just parts on it where it's not smooth and a little rough looking. So, and they also pop off really easily, which is kind of annoying. But you know what? They work. So I really can't complain. And they're smooth. They're pretty smooth. So they've kind of gotten smoother after using them. And I've been playing it kind of like every day, a little bit here and there, like even 5-10 minutes. I just hop on and just see what it's all about. And so far it's been pretty good. It's a decent playing guitar. It just needs, some TLC and some proper setup. So what else do we got here? The humbuckers are okay. They sound all right. They sound decent. You'll see here in a bit when I plug it in. They're microphonic for sure. If you tap on them, they make noise. But if you yell into them, you actually don't hear anything. So that's a bonus. My first Les Paul, or my first Chibson Les Paul that I got over a decade ago, that one, you could talk into it and hear it coming out of the amp. So that's that. The bridge and the saddle, just generic. They're not pins for the saddle. They're actual flathead screws, so you can adjust them that way. Yeah. Intonation seems to be decent on here. I could probably fine tune it a little bit more. This toggle switch is good. crispy. You don't really hear any intermittent in and out or anything like that when you're actually playing it. So that's awesome. So something was done right there. The electronics seem to be perfectly fine. Nothing's cut in, nothing's cut out. Really no noise when you're plugged in. So it just works, which is cool. All right, let's move on to the neck and the fretboard. So the fingerboard's pretty good. I just put a little bit of oil on there to kind of darken it up, and it was bone dry. And I think I already need to apply more because it's already looking like it's drying up again. So it really must have sucked it in there. It must have been really dry wood. So that's good. It looks like a darker rosewood. It's not quite a mahogany, or I'm sorry, not quite a ebony, because there is some brown in there. So yeah, it's good. It works. The frets are pretty good. There was some buzzing at first, but now that the strings have had time to kind of stretch out, a little bit of buzzing still. Maybe you have some high frets there, but it's really not bad, guys. Like plugged in, you don't even hear it. It doesn't seem to affect anything. The sustain is good. The tone's good. So yeah, the frets are good. There's no sharp frets. So these are all perfect. Like you'd have to really look for an imperfection when it comes to that. It's smooth. You can go up and down the neck and it's fine. So that's awesome. The neck itself has a heel joint. There is no scarf joint, so it's a two-piece neck as far as I can tell. And yeah, I don't mind having 2 to 3 piece neck. I think that the scarf joints are cool. It makes the guitar, as far as in my experience, it makes the neck a little stronger and less prone to breaking up here near the headstock. So yeah, it's cool. This doesn't have that, but it does have the heel, so it does look a little bit more true to the real deal. Yeah, so that's that. The nut, it seems to be a bone nut. It was listed as a bone nut, and it looks like one because it has some of those imperfections that you wouldn't quite see in something that's plastic. So it's bone or tusk or something. It does look like it has like some really fine cracks in it. Almost looks like a, I don't know. Looks like bone. So, or might even be tusk. I don't know. But yeah, it's got some like craze lines. So you guys let me know. I don't know. Like, would that be more of like a bone nut, or would that be more of a tusk with craze lines? Maybe more of a tusk. I don't know. So the Les Paul Standard, this actually looks pretty good. I mean, it's not the same. It's not like the real deal, but they're a lot better than they used to be. I think they're a lot better than they used to be. The lettering looks good. The font looks good. The Les Paul model, it looks like it might be a decal underneath. Looks all right. I don't really care too much about that stuff because I'm not trying to pass this off as real at all. So it's mine to stay forever. I'm never getting rid of this guitar. It's going to be mine, and I think I'm going to put like a stamp somewhere just in case anything ever happens to me. Put some sort of, something back here that's engraved that says fake so people know, or copy or something. The tuners are not bad. They look silly. That green is weird. But it works. And they do stick out wicked far, though. Like, they stick out really far compared to my real Gibson. It's just like wicked long. I don't know. They're not the straightest. They're not the straightest on the back. I've noticed that. Small stuff, though, I don't really care too much. I just want something that's going to play. It's, a cheap, fun, kind of a little bit of a project guitar. And that's exactly what this is. So, yeah. I also noticed that this is, like, painted on, the black on the headstock. It seems to be painted on, and it's not like an overlay like you would have on a real Gibson. Yeah, I think that's really it as far as the guitar goes. A little bit of buzzing here and there, but honestly, that stuff can all be fixed. And I plan on doing a proper setup myself on this. I just kind of want to give you guys what it's like right out of the box. And like I said, this has just been out of the box. I just put a little bit of graphite right there in the nut. Did that do anything? Maybe. So it makes it, the strings like a little, I guess, lubricated is a term, so that when you're tuning it, there's no tension really on the actual nut. It just kind of moves So I think that helped with the intonation as well a little bit. I don't know. I'm not like super knowledgeable on that stuff. I just kind of pick up what I learn along the way. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get her plugged in. I'm going to be plugging into my computer so you guys can hear it. And I'm just going to be using GarageBand because it's free and easy. So, all right, we'll see you on over there. All right, guys, so this is a whole new setup to me. I have this hooked up to all kinds of audio equipment, and we're going to see if this works. I have a Line 6 amp, a Spider 3. I got this recently at a flea market for like 20 bucks, and it works, and it's really cool, 15-watt amp. I had the same thing when I was in high school, and it's kind of cool to have it back. So I know it's not the best sounding, but it's fun, and we're going to give it a go on this one and test her out. So we're hooked up right now to GarageBand, and everything is going through this Focusrite Scarlett 2, and let's see if we can get some just basic tones. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I just want to see what the sounds are going to be like, and we'll go from there. So. So we got the bridge, both pickups, and then the neck pickup seem to all be working really well, and the volume controls work good. Tone works good. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that works really well. No, nice and easy. Let's go ahead and do some crunch. All those wires. A little muddy. Cool. Let's go insane, I guess. Yeah. Ugh, not sure what I was doing there. Nope. Cool. Well, I think that about does it. As you can see, this is a very decent guitar for the price, and I like it a lot. It does the trick, and yeah, I'm fairly happy with it. For the price, I think you can't go wrong. Now, would I recommend this as a first-time guitar? Probably not. No, I wouldn't recommend this as a first-time guitar. Who is this really for? That's the question. I think this is for, as much as I disagree with the headstock stuff being, you know, a knockoff and fraudulent and fake and counterfeit, I think this is for an enthusiast and someone who is going to want to upgrade themselves, put different pickups in, and just kind of go from there. It's more of a project. I mean, it sounds okay. A nice setup, some new pickups, if you even want to do that. I don't know if I'm going to do anything to this guitar. I think it's just a fun wall hanger conversation piece and kind of a replica of like what I already own, like, you know, a real Gibson. And yeah, so you know, be responsible if you're going to be buying these. Try to put your own name on the headstock if you can. I mean, sometimes they'll let you do that. It's just going to take a lot longer to get it back from, instead of like something like this, which was a local warehouse from TEMU, and it got here in like a week. So yeah, just be responsible out there. Don't be trying to sell these and, you know, trying to sell them off as if they're real, because they're not. And any knowledgeable guitarist is going to know this is fake, but you never know. Some people are just not as in tune with that, and they see it as an instrument and an expensive one at that. But no, this is not. This is a phony baloney cheapo, and that's how it should be treated. So upgrade responsibly. All right. Well, thanks guys, and if you could just like and subscribe, that would be awesome. This video was a lot. I had to figure out a lot of things, but I think in the future the videos will go a lot more smooth, and yeah, I'll try to say less. So that's that, guys. Until next time, keep it real.